Great tune, by the way.
That's
Nice
good
job.
stuff right there, huh?
Yeah. Eric Frandsen, Ajay Salvesen here on 106.9 The Fan. And what's awesome, Ajay, we always love doing this and celebrating champions. And
I'm more in it because like the celebrity status that's in it. I mean, because a lot of people know you. But you're not. I wouldn't call you a celebrity.
like a D-list or E-list.
A ton of people
or
know
F-list.
me, but it's not because I'm popular. It's because I'm well known. There's a difference. Popular means you're known and you're liked. Well known means just that you're known. They don't have to like you.
That liked part is
but Olivia
always
Taylor
a challenge for you.
Is like admired, honored, and she's probably like worshipped in Tremont right now, based on that like spectacular play. I've made a lot of great catches in my life, Eric, in softball and baseball, my Little League career, and I probably would have been trending on Twitter too had we had Twitter back then, but we didn't, and nobody knows about him, and that's unfortunate. But I feel like now, you know, if I would have made those catches, it would have been amazing. Right now, joining us here, part of the Bear River State Championship softball team. Surprise, surprise, Bear River wins it again. Olivia Taylor, who made a fantastic catch as part of that state championship run. Olivia, thank you so much. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Okay, so you probably get this question a lot. I mean, you've been on Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel Live and all that.
Oh no.
What has the last week been like for you, especially social media wise?
It's just been a whirlwind. I did not expect it to blow up as much as it did. And the first night after being on SportsCenter and that, I was like, oh, it's going to stop there. And it just kept getting bigger and bigger. So it's just been crazy.
Okay, so for those who may not have seen it, which seems odd that no one would have seen it, but set up the play that has gotten so much attention.
Okay, so basically, the girl at the plate hit a home run, and it was just a line drive shot kind of over my head a little bit. And so I just ran straight back going
You're
towards
playing what, center field?
Yeah, I'm playing center field, ran straight back towards the fence, and ended up kind of jumping over the top of the fence and catching it midair.
So you catch it midair. You're stretched out backwards.
Yeah, I was stretched out. My left hand was over the back. I landed straight on my back.
Did it hurt?
In the moment, I was pretty excited about it, so I didn't really notice how bad it hurt until the next day when I was really sore.
I didn't know I had muscles in those places.
Did you realize you had caught it? Because the way your feet catches the fence and the way you land, it is like boom, boom.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is I could kind of feel it hit my mitten, so as soon as I hit the ground, I was like, just squeeze it, don't drop it. That would have been the worst thing ever to drop that. So I was just glad I caught it.
What was, so who were you playing that day?
We were playing Tooele in the state championship.
It was a state championship. What was the situation in the game? Do you remember? Were they up? Were you up?
Yeah, so we were up 4-1 in the bottom of the fourth inning, and we had 2 outs. So that was the final out of the inning.
Nice. And so you just had really one of their chances. They're trying to get back into it.
Right, yeah. It would have been a momentum changer had they got that home run, I think.
So, Vin Scully, Bleacher Report, SportsCenter, ESPN.com, BaseballAmerica.com, USA Women's Softball, all these places just playing your highlight. What was the one, maybe if someone reached out to you or where you saw the highlight or, by some social media account, what was the one account that made you think, oh my gosh, this is really...
I think just my initial, the very first one was SportsCenter, just seeing it posted on SportsCenter and then seeing it on the ESPN top plays that night. It kind of set in and I was like, oh my gosh.
Number 2, right?
Yeah, number 2.
Underrated too. You got snubbed. I was really unhappy. I haven't watched SportsCenter since.
I'll take it.
Well, certainly when that happened and just you're able to celebrate with your teammates. And then when did you first catch wind that this was starting to go viral?
Kind of when we got home, we got off the bus and I was just hopping in the car to go home. And my buddy one of my teammates told me, hey, you're on SportsCenter. And I just thought it was a joke. And I was like, don't joke with me. That's not that funny. I would love that. And so she told me and showed me and I was just like, oh my gosh, finally. I don't think it really set in for about an hour or so until I talked to a couple people and I was like, holy crap.
That is so cool. You
win your 10th state championship as a school in softball. That's tied with Tooele and Manti for the most winningest softball program in state history in softball. That's amazing. What has it been like for you to be a part of such a winning program, and who do you give credit to?
I have to give credit to my teammates and our coaching staff. They're the best around. I've loved having the girls that I've got to play with the past 4 years and having the coaching staff that we do. Coach Bingham does a really good job with the program, and he knows what he's doing. So we're just super excited every year to have him as a coach and to have the teammates that we do that support everybody.
Have you had a chance to have any celebration at the school to celebrate the championship?
We actually had our team banquet last night, so that was really fun to just celebrate and end on a good note.
10-0 in region, 28-6 overall. Like, that is complete domination. Is something that you guys are very, very used to. What is it about the consistency of this softball team year in and year out that you guys can just, go through region the way you do and then go into a state tournament with really good competition around the state in 4A and still be able to come out on top?
I think the biggest thing is a lot of us do travel ball in the summer too, and that helps a lot. But even just in general, Coach Bingham comes in with the mentality of that we're going to the state tournament each year. And so I think just having his mentality and his confidence in the team really puts it in everybody else's head that that's what we want.
Well, as we've detailed, Bear River has a tremendous history of success with softball. When you were playing growing up, did you have that sense like, I want to be a part of this really successful program? And then how different was it when you were playing competitively as a younger kid or rec league or whatever, and then all of a sudden you start to get to the high school level? How different was it being involved with a program like that had such consistency and competing at such a high level for a long time?
I think the biggest thing is it's just the excitement, like the build up to it. I remember my 7th and 8th grade years, I was just always so excited to be a part of the softball team on my freshman year. And we actually won it my freshman year, and I didn't really play varsity or any of that, but it was just fun to experience that and to have that. So going into this year, us seniors knew how it felt to win a state championship, but it was even more different to actually play and be a contributor to the team.
You're a senior, right?
Yeah.
This is it for you?
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel to be done with softball at Bear River?
It's super bittersweet. I've loved the past 4 years and just enjoying the girls and the coaching staff. It's been so fun, such a ride, and just to finish on that kind of note makes me so happy.
What's next?
I'm gonna go play softball out in Twin Falls in Idaho at CSI.
Oh, good
for
for
2
you.
years, so I'm super excited for that.
That's awesome. Are you mean the outfield again?
I'm hoping so.
Hey, can I ask you, do you like the fences like that? Like, what is it, like a paper plastic fence or whatever? Like, they're smaller, but
Yeah.
they're flimsy.
Yeah, for that kind of play, I don't think I would have been able to do that had it been maybe a chain link fence or something taller. But for that kind of play, just to be able to know that, like, if I hit the fence, I'm not going to get hurt too bad. So that was happy for me, I guess. It was a good thing for me.
Right? Like, you leaped over a fence to catch a home run ball. Like, do you understand how cool that is?
Yeah,
That
I was
is
super
nuts.
excited. You could see in the video I get pretty excited after realizing I actually made the play.
What's it been like for mom and dad, too?
I think they're just super excited for me. They're always my biggest supporters and biggest cheerleaders, so they've just been super happy for me and for all of this.
So, what is the makeup of this team coming back? Is there a chance that the Bear River gets a chance to repeat with who you've got coming back?
I think they'll have a good chance. We've got a good incoming freshman class coming in next year, and just the younger girls this year, a lot of them are really good and really know what they're doing, so I'm super excited to see their successes in the next couple of years. I think they'll do a great job.
Olivia, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to add to that, just that you alluded to the coach and the coaching staff that makes this happen, but it's more than them, right?
Right.
To make a successful program, it takes the hours of dedication by the players, the parents getting you to practices, to venues, to different events. It takes a lot of people to make this happen. So I think they deserve as much of a shout out as anybody.
Right, they do. I agree.
What I guess for you, who do you want to thank? You're out on radio, thousands of people listening all over the valley and Tremont.
I definitely want to thank my parents. They've been my biggest supporters the past 4 years, and they've done everything possible to help me have successes, and especially all my coaches, not just the high school coaches. I have coaches that help me competitively on my team, and just my private coaches. I have a hitting coach. I love her. She does everything for me and is my go-to. And just my teammates the most. They have been, as you said, we couldn't win without the girls and the attitude that they have and the drive that they wanted to win. So I'm super grateful for them also.
Do you feel like the sport of softball is still strong? It's certainly at a place that has a lot of success. People get excited about playing the sport. But do you see some places where maybe in your time of playing it, maybe it's not quite the same, or has it always been pretty competitive where you've gone?
Most of the time when I've seen it, I think it's been pretty competitive just playing in summer ball. Summer ball is always a super fun time, and to have that experience and to be able to travel and do travel ball, I think it's a pretty competitive sport.
What's your favorite softball team? I mean, like in college, is there a team you watch the most?
I watch a lot of Oregon. I
Really?
love to watch them, yeah.
Okay, Oregon. I think like Alabama, Oklahoma, UCLA. Oregon's a good one.
You've played center field. That's
Right.
You like being in the outfield.
Yes.
And is that where you've always been? Or I know growing up you get moved around a lot as coaches
Right.
try to figure out what your strengths are, what their needs are. But what's it been like for you and kind of in that journey and trying to figure out your best natural position for your ability?
Yeah, so when I was little and I started comp ball around like 9 or 10, I started as like a catcher and shortstop. And I played that for probably 2 or 3 years. And then I switched to a team that was actually from Bear River, and they needed an outfielder. And so my coach, Casey Gibbs, put me in center. And that's just kind of where I've stuck. I started there and I loved it there. And I think I did a pretty good job. And so that's just where I've grown up playing, is really I've stuck to the outfield and have had success there. So that's where I've stayed.
Olivia Taylor here joining us on the Full Court Press. Made a fantastic catch in the state championship, part of the Bear River State Championship softball team. Their 10th state championship in softball school history, which, by the way, again, ties Manti and Tooele for the winningest program in state history in softball. That's amazing. Hey, I'm playing my first softball game tonight in 9 years. They were going to put me at catcher, but I convinced them to put me in the outfield. I don't know if I can leap over the fence. What advice would you give to me to hit the rise ball, though, at the plate if it's coming?
The rise ball gets me a lot of the time, too. So I don't know if I'm the best help on that, but keeping your hands high.
I love it.
Well, when it comes to approaching the plate, where were you in the order, and how would you describe your style?
So this year I was the 2-hitter, so a lot of the time my job is just to move our lead off and get her at least a score or move her around a second. So a lot of the time I would either bunt or just try and get a base hit in a gap.
How hard is it to bunt in softball? Because it feels so short.
I've always enjoyed bunting. When I played competitive ball when I was younger, we had our team. That's what we spent most of the time doing. So I've always felt like I'm a pretty good bunter and done well at that. I didn't do as well in the state tournament this year bunting as I wish I would have, but normally I do a pretty good job at that.
What's the hardest pitch to hit in softball? Is it the rise ball?
I would say, yeah, laying off a rise ball that's over your head. I struggle with that.
I tomahawk that stuff. Swinging bunt every time.
This actually reminds me of another question I was going to ask, but do you watch baseball much?
I don't
mostly
watch.
stick to softball.
I don't watch a ton of baseball, no, but
The reason I asked that is just we're seeing this trend in baseball where it's swing for the fences or nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't manufacture runs, you don't advance the runner, you don't steal bases, and it's either the home run or nothing.
Right.
And softball, it seems like it could have that aspect to it, but it's not quite there. And do you see it maybe following baseball's trend, or do you think just it's a different game?
I still think that there's a lot of short game, especially Coach Bingham. I think he's really big on short game, and he loves to throw that in because I think it's hard to defend as a team. If you can be a good hitting team and then also have short game in between that, I think it's harder to be able to defend a team like that. So I think it's still important to have that in your lineup.
Have you hit a home run in high school softball for you?
Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember your first one and what that was like?
My first one in high school, I hit one probably sophomore year. I think it was, I'm not sure. It could have been, I know I hit one in the Bountiful game, but I don't know if that was my first one. We played Bountiful at home for playoffs.
Did you have any this year?
Yes, I had 3 this year.
Nice.
That's impressive. Like, I mean, because just the distance between home and pitching mound is very short. And like you said, like it's a rise ball or a changeup or whatever they throw. And to put that thing over the fence is not I mean, people are like, oh, that looks so easy. It's not. It's super, super hard to hit a softball and put one over the fence.
Yeah,
For me, I guess I should say. You hesitate, you're like, no, it's not.
No.
Batting
Definitely.
350.
No, that's not me. I guess my approach at the plate is to just try and hit a ball hard and not get in that mentality of hitting home runs, because if your batting average is higher, I think that's more important than hitting a home run.
What's the most underrated part, or what's the hardest part that people don't think about in the game of softball?
The hardest part, that's a hard question. I think probably, I mean, I'm not a pitcher, so I'm glad I don't have to deal with the whole pitching aspect. I'm sure that's very hard, but hitting, I think, is just more so a mentality thing, which can be hard at times, and I know I can struggle with that at times, but I also think I do an okay job at that. And outfield-wise, I think some girls kind of think it's easy just to read a fly ball, but I also think that could be hard for some people.
I have bad eyesight. I told my guy tonight, I was like, Coach, don't put me in the outfield tonight. If you do, we're done for. We ain't
So
winning.
you just asked to be in the outfield.
I did, but at the same time, I can't see the ball coming out.
I don't want to be the catcher.
But I don't want to be the
want
catcher
to be the shortstop.
because no one cares about the catcher.
Also, don't put me in outfield.
If I'm the pitcher, I'm going to get a line drive at my legs and I'm going to cry. So, yeah, I'm done for tonight. Well, Olivia, thank you so much for being a part of the show.
Thanks for having
really
me on the
appreciate
show.
you. Congratulations to you and your team. Well deserved the recognition and the honor, especially the state championship. Very happy for you all.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, the viral video, that's just gravy on top.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's
Vince
just the
Scully
topper.
tweeted that out. Vince Scully.
Yeah, I've been mind blown by the whole situation, and I still am.
Very cool.
That's
Very
awesome.
deserving. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome you got to celebrate with the team. Hopefully there's a little bit more celebration that could go on. I mean, we're near the end of the year, but I know you guys
We'll
have
see.
your end of year like school parade, right? That you guys do? Or like
Yes, we graduate next Thursday on June 3rd, and I think we'll do a motorcade either that day or the day before. I'm not sure what the schedule is, but the seniors will be doing something like that.
Nice. So hopefully the town comes out, shows out, and cheers you guys on and celebrates, especially
Yes.
those seniors.
Right.
Olivia, you're the best.
Thank
you so
you.
much. That was awesome.
Thanks so much.
Appreciate you. All right, we'll wrap up the first hour of the Full Court Press coming up next.